Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Umber Rays, and today I am here to talk to you about War of the Visions tips and tricks. I love bringing tips and tricks because you know what? The first little bit of this game was just really quite difficult, and to that extent, thankfully, now that the game has been out for a little bit, yeah, the audio went a little weird there for a second, don't worry about it. Now we figured out some things that go a long way to making the game much easier, and thankfully it is things that are available to everything. Last time I talked to you basically about Fina, a character in War of the Visions who was very powerful and very strong, and had a feature, a move that is so important. I just cannot imagine not living with it. We need it kind of thing. The faith increase was a major game changer in terms of healers in this game. And now here I am to talk to you a little bit about defense. So if you've played War of the Visions, currently you'll know that some of the battles can be a little challenging. Your DPS can basically get killed very quickly, but thankfully the main character is here to save your butt. This shouldn't be really any kind of a surprise. We already knew that MONT was pretty good, but it turns out that he is an incredible tank to start the game, and one that can even make the one of the EX boss from the Final Fantasy XIV event kind of a joke. Because yeah, I had been going into this fight a lot and seeing the boss do 400, 600, 800 points of damage to any of my characters, and I was having a really hard time with it. But then I started taking a peek around and I found MONT is absolutely incredible. He is an incredibly tanky unit that can basically take those same attacks that were doing 600 points of damage to other characters and only do about 200 to 300 to him, which is a massive decrease and totally handleable by a good healer who has been Fina'd up to get a whole bunch more faith. So yes, MONT is an incredible unit. He is a unit right from the start, and currently there aren't a huge amount of Earth characters in the game, so chances are you have enough Earth resources or flying around that you can use them towards this character. Also, I'd say it's probably a good bet that FF14 or the upcoming Final Fantasy Tactics event will not have any Earth characters. Again, not guaranteed, but I have a feeling that Ramza, Orlandu, and Gafgarian will, I'm still saying that wrong, it's a tongue twister, will probably use different elements from MONT. So if you are like me and have gone through the story, you probably have a fair amount of Earth resources that you can actually throw at this character. Hell, this game actually gives you a fair good chance to get his shards incredibly easy, and if you get a whole bunch of shards, you can just awaken him, you can get his TMR pretty easily, and yeah, he will be really valuable for a long time. But why is that? Well, his first job is nothing overly special. As a matter of fact, it's one of the things that made me discount him in the beginning of the game. His second job of Paladin, however, completely changed any thoughts I had about him, mainly because he has Paladin abilities like this. This ability is a really big deal. It ups his HP and defense. This is kind of the reason why he is just so this is what I don't do cuts and edits in my video, so it's just staying in. This is one of the reasons why he is just so darn tanky. This ability does a lot to make him incredibly valuable, but it's also his third job that really takes him a long way into just being really good, which is his, I believe it's either Holy Knight or Knight. This job is really good because it comes with breaks, and playing Brave Exvius, we know how good breaks are. So for instance, this one, when his third job is up to level 5, will give him Power Break. You also want to upgrade his Paladin because you're going to need to get this one too. But this ability also turns out to be pretty good because this, for one turn, will give him a great big increase to defense and kind of damage reduction, so he will be even tankier than he already is. Again, just really two incredibly great abilities. He's also great for leading your offensive because he does get a armor break as well. And I do believe he has basically all the breaks, so he can defend really well and have good offense too. When combined with a specific UR card, he also just becomes so much more valuable, which is this one. Chances are you've probably seen this, if not gotten it, and this SSR card is the thing that makes MONT so good as well, because in combination, this gives MONT a little bit of something at the start of a fight called Hate. Hate is really valuable because it basically aggroes the enemy specifically to MONT. This gives you a little time to set up. It also potentially removes a really strong attack at the start of the fight, meaning that you can get a really good amount of just a good start to the fight is kind of what I'm trying to say. Now, it also has a fair amount of HP, so it'll work well in combination. Basically, so yeah, if you take a look at... That's the wrong button. My current setup with a level 46 MONT, he has about 1148. He has his ability at level 8. He's got, this is the wrong team from, I want my Sin Killer. Here we are. 1244 HP, which is all we're really looking for. We don't care if he's particularly slow. We just want him to tank a lot of the hits that will be coming, and they will be. So let's take a look at how he performs in a fight, and I look forward to this going extremely wrong. Again, Hate doesn't necessarily guarantee that it will always work well for you, but it does give you a pretty good chance. So let's look for something absolutely preposterous in the friends list. Yeah, let's take a Thancred. Thancred's the number 2 damage dealer in the world right now, so physical that is. So let's just get right into it, shall we? So yeah, we're going to be going up against this guy. This guy is particularly pretty nasty. We're going to move our character over here, and I want you to see the damage difference. Now, there's a good chance that she's going to get hit as well, but we're just going to try and see the damage difference between two characters. I do want her out of the way because she is a dark character and she will take extra light damage. So you can see that a other character took 495 points of damage, whereas my character took, where MONT only took about 200. So the damage reduction that he gets off of his ability is just so incredibly high, and that is without a power break. So let's see, we could obviously do a fair bit of damage. We don't want to necessarily do that just yet. We kind of want to just increase our power right now and play this a little strategically. We also want to move over and get a chest. Let's just see if we can't heal up our character who took a little too much damage. Apologies for that. Go a little bit closer. I'm going to try not to offer too much value to him, but we do want to offer, a fair amount. Let's move over here, buddy up, and we're going to throw this light resistance down. Let's take a look where it's going to land on the... It's going to land after the wolves, but before our character moves, so that's just perfect. And now what we want to do is we want to move MONT right over here, and we want to keep his attention directly on us. Now, this is the part that I found can be a little dicey. It doesn't necessarily always guarantee that it's going to work. As you can see, Ayaka's healing for about 347, way more damage than he is dishing out to MONT. Even taking a little bit of damage from the wolf. That light resistance will help. We could also put light resistance on him if we really wanted to. And let's just get some damage in here. 660, not bad. First hit, miss. So yeah, still going after MONT. He's being a little bit annoying. See if we can't find a slightly better position. Not so much. And we do want to be careful. One of the dangers in this fight is that you get a little bit too close together, a lot of your units, which will make him, or which will make the boss basically try and kill you. But we do want to make sure we get the light resistance on him. Drop that wolf. Go back over here. Charge up because he'll probably come in. Pick up the treasure chest because that's how we get our currency for the event. Oh, that's just beautiful. That's exactly what we want to see. So now he's really, really close to our damage dealers. Our damage dealers can get in. As you can see, he's kept almost basically just all of his attention directly on that. So there we can get down to 29. That's about 3K. That's about 29. On a pig. Ooh, that's a nice one. Oh, nice. That is a really powerful Tankier. The white mage will spawn in at this point, and another wolf. Nothing here is very, very scary, so we are just going to continue on as if nothing's really happening. Arayaka is doing a lot to keep him fully healed, and then over here, and we're just going to bring him down to about 1200. Oh, we're going to bring him down much lower than 1200 thanks to that critical hit. Now we're going to kind of just keep him locked in here pretty well. Jump would be nice, but I don't think jump is going to hit before he moves. Hitting quite a few misses today. All right, so let's see. Yep, still focusing in. Gonna try and move a bit, but really not going to have that much luck. And again, if my MONT had been more developed, I could obviously be using things like Power Break here. I'd also be taking less damage if his attack was a little bit stronger, but as you can see, we've basically got this guy just dead to rights. And we even have a second healer here, so if we really want to, we can just boop, and give a little more healing, and wrap this up pretty easily. He's going to try and heal. I don't think he'll out-heal us, because the healer in this fight only heals for about 200, which can be annoying, but it's nowhere near enough to prevent just the absolute mass murder of this thing. And there you go. EX2 done much easier than it previously has been for me. MONT has been a particularly great little investment. Even if you are a little bit late, this is just a really good way to get through this fight. He does a lot, and I have not even fully developed him. If I had been putting more job points into him from earlier on from playing the game, he could obviously be even better than he is currently for me, although I gotta say, definitely not disappointed in him even a little bit. He is doing, again, really tanky unit, probably going to be not just useful for this, but useful for a lot of other bosses in the future. So I would definitely recommend that you give our boy Monto here a lot of attention, go develop him, get him up to that level. He is worth it, 100%. So can't recommend him enough. Go upgrade him and enjoy the results. I certainly have. So anyway, that's all for this video, and I will see you next time for another tips and tricks video when I find more tips and tricks. See you then.